Hi guys, it's been a while. Welcome to today's GIS tutorial. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about creating polygons from point data in QGIS. You can subscribe to this channel to follow all my previous useful GIS tips and tutorials. For those who want to take up a complete course from basic to advanced GIS, you can register at Wise GIS by following this link. I'll provide all useful links in the description below. So let's get started. Creating polygons from point data typically involves the process called polygonization or polygon generation. This process can be achieved through various methods depending on the specific requirements of your task and the tools available to you. So the first method you're going to be using is the processing toolbox, and we will use two tools. One, the point to path and the line to polygon tools. Then the next method, we're going to be using a plugin called the LF tools plugin to be able to get our results. So the kind of data that we have for this exercise is a CSV file containing the XY coordinates of collected points from the survey. And the task is we're required to get an area in hectares within the collected points. So let's go into QGIS and look at today's exercise. I'm going to go to QGIS and I'm going to start a new blank project. So I have already brought in the Google satellite image of my area of interest. This is actually my area of interest, and it's a forested area that I would want to get the number of hectares surrounding this forest. So I have already collected data points for this in a CSV file. So I have 32 points that I collected, and actually 37 points. So they start from point A to point AK. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to load these points into our area of interest. So I'm going to go to layer, then I'm going to add layer, then I'm going to be adding a delimited text layer because this is a delimited file. So I'm going to click on the browse button, and I have the collected points on my desktop here, open, and then all the rest just remains the same. I make sure that my projection is matching my project. So after that, make sure that the longitude and the latitude are also okay and well placed. I'm going to click on add, then click on close, and you can see these are my points that I've actually collected around my area of interest. So the next thing I want to do is I want to be able to create a polygon out of this. So the points are like, let me just label them very quickly. So the points that I have actually collected, and remember it's a CSV file, so for you to be able to work with it very effectively, you need to make it change it into a shapefile. So I'm going to right click, go to export, save feature as, then I'm going to make sure it's an Esri shapefile here, browse, then within just the points, I'm just going to say the points of interest, POI for points of interest, then make sure that the projection is still matching with that, then click on run, and now I have my points of interest. So I want to be able to join these points around, and there are 37 points. So what I'm going to do next is I need to first of all create a line out of this. So in my processing toolbox, you can go to processing and check the toolbox. You'll be able to get this processing toolbox. I'm going to look for the point to path. So point to path tool. And you can see I have the point to path here, and also it's under vector creation point to path. So I'm going to click on this, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my points of interest. So I'm going to select as my input layer the points of interest. Then the order expression is optional, but I have ordered them from 1 to 37, so I'm going to use the ID so that I can be able to create a path following that. Then I'm just going to create a temporary file for now. So I'm going to click on run. And it pretty much does it very quickly, and you can now see around our area of interest we have a very nice path moving from A all the way to Z to AB and to AK. So the next thing I want to do now that I have the path is I need to convert this path into a polygon. So to be able to achieve that, I'm going to come here again in the processing toolbox. Then I'm going to look for the line to polygon. So line to polygon tool, polygon, and you can see I have the line to polygon tool here. It's also under vector geometry. There's line to polygon. So you can choose either of the two. I'm going to click on this one, and for my input layer, I'm going to be putting the temporary file, which is the path. And then for the polygon, I'm actually going to leave it to be temporary first for now. Click on run, and now we have, when I click on close, we have a polygon around my area of interest. So I'm going to now work with this polygon that I have here. So I'm going to open the attribute table of the polygon, and you can see we have begin at 1 and ends at 37, and we need to now measure the area around this forest. So, and we need to measure it in hectares. So for us to be able to measure this area in hectares, we need to go to the polygon, open the attribute table, then we're going to go to open field calculator. So I'm going to click on open field calculator. Then I'm going to introduce here a new field called area, and we want to calculate first the area in kilometers squared, in square kilometers. So I'm going to change the output type to decimal number. Then I'm going to make sure it's into maybe 1 decimal place. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to just type dollar area under geometry. So I'm going to look for the dollar area because I want to get the area of this forest. And you can see the area normally comes in meter square. So I need to convert it into kilometers square. So I'm going to divide it by 1,000,000. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And you can see the view down here. I'm going to click on OK. And it means that the area around the forest is 415 kilometers square. So I need to now convert this into hectares. So I'm going to now look for how many kilometers square make a hectare. I'm going to browse for that to hectares. I'm going to look for the formula. And you can see 1 square kilometer is equals to 1,000 hectares. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to make sure that I multiply my result by 1,000. So I'm going to create another field here. I'm going to say area in hectares. And I'm going to do a calculation by going to the fields and value, then selecting the area in kilometers. Then I'm going to multiply it by 100 to get the area in hectares. So after that, I'm going to change this one also to decimal numbers, to maybe 2 decimals, then click on OK. And now we have a result in hectares. So that means this area is 41,000 hectares in size. All right. That is one way of doing it. Now, the next way of doing it is by the use of the LF tools. So the next method you can use is by use of the LF tools. So I have the LF tools already installed on my QGIS here, but if you don't have them, you can go to plugin and then you can look for the LF tools and be able to install. So you can see I also have a newer version of this. I can be able to upgrade this. Then after that, after installing the LF tools, you'll have them installed on your computer here. So under the vector processing tool, they'll appear here. What you need to do is you need to go to the LF tools, go down, select the LF tools. It has very many options. You go to the vector option and then select point to polygon direct, and it will give you a preview of the tool that converts the points to polygons. So what you need to do is you need to get the points. So I have the points of interest here. Then I need to select the sequence. The sequence field is the ID. That is a field that has the number 1 to 37. Then I'm going to just click on run to create a temporary file, and you can see I've already created a temporary file, close. And we will also just use the same formula to get the area, able to convert that area into hectares. So that is it for today's exercise. If you found this video useful and you want to learn more on QGIS, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, I'm just happy you're here. See you in my next video.